June's one and only purpose in The Handmaid's Tale is to save Hannah. With Season 4 of the highly acclaimed show, we went through some key points which will definitely serve as the plot for the following season. With no further ado, let's see if June will finally reunite with Hannah in Season 5 of The Handmaid's Tale. Just a fair warning, spoilers ahead for Season 4 of The Handmaid's Tale. June's reunion with Hannah. One thing that gives June strength throughout the entire show is her daughter Hannah. As we previously said, her only purpose is to save her from Gilead. 5 seasons later, and June is still trying to find Hannah and bring her to Canada. Fans are also really overwhelmed by the entire mother-daughter storyline, so it's natural to wonder if they'll ever reunite. Right now, June is in Canada while Hannah is in Gilead in Colorado Springs. The problem is, she's now further from the Canadian border, and this makes things for June even more complicated than before. So even though it was difficult for June to find and bring Hannah before Season 4, it seems like now it's impossible. That doesn't mean June will stop though. That's the whole purpose of the show, not giving up, so that's why we've prepared some interesting theories and facts in order to get to a conclusion in which we'll see what are the chances for June and Hannah to be reunited again.
We're having a baby! We're having a baby? Yeah! Hey, we're having a you!
The reunion. June and her firstborn daughter were able to see each other a few times during the show, but when they see each other in Season 4, June's caught by surprise since her daughter doesn't recognize her, being a little older than she was when they first separated. This only makes things more difficult for June to reunite with her daughter again. At some moments during the show, June was told getting Hannah will be impossible, but she never listened to those people, as she previously proved how everything is possible. She especially proved this when she succeeded to get more than 80 kids out of Gilead to safely reunite with their families in Canada. June will trade Nicole for Hannah? It might seem crazy at first, but when you think about it, June's first daughter is Nicole, whom she conceived with Nick, who's a commander in Gilead. So, in the podcast Eyes on Gilead, the hosts came up with a theory about how June will trade her daughter Nicole for her other daughter Hannah. This will go against everything June has ever done and believed in, but a desperate mother can do anything for her child. We know how crazy it sounds, but it's still possible, right? Let us know what you think down in the comment section below. June will trade herself? The Season 4 finale of The Handmaid's Tale was the reason for thousands of various theories being made up about what we should expect from the next season. According to Redditor I Have Blue Plates, June will trade herself for Hannah's safety. She's trading herself for Hannah since she's not the same person anymore to the same people, they wrote. She's making Luke miserable, pissing off her friend, making the lives of other women worse. Hannah is almost McKenna Grace, who plays Esther Case's age. June knows the life Hannah will end up with if she doesn't save her from it soon.
I'm trying to keep you alive.
Another reunion won't happen? Even though we've hoped we'll finally see it in Season 4, June and Luke still haven't succeeded in getting Hannah back. Because of this, most fans think it's impossible for June to be reunited with her daughter. Season 4 was an emotional roller coaster for fans, from June doubting about what to do to Fred's life ending and June's future being quite uncertain. However, one thing that wasn't clarified was Hannah's destiny. June knew she couldn't get her daughter before in Season 4 as she needed to live in order to survive at the border, but she never gave up, and when she was in Canada, June and Luke did try to convince Commander Lawrence to help save Hannah and take her out. But just like almost every other storyline in the show, it didn't work out, and now fans are quite worried, asking themselves if they'll ever see the mother and daughter together again. If we only looked at the surface and the message of the show, it's really possible to see another reunion. And Hannah has been separated from her family since, well, forever. But sadly, despite all things pointing out Hannah and June must see each other at least one more time, we're unlikely to see that. The Handmaid's Tale perfectly knows how to present reality, and reality is all about trying and trying and trying, but failing, in some cases. No matter how much June tries, some fans think she'll never see her daughter again, and maybe all the effort we're seeing is just preparing us to expect to see the reunion, but perhaps what we're going to see is just a failed effort. The show often declines to give fans exactly what they want, when they want it. Just take a look back at the 4 seasons and think about how much time it took June to complete some missions. For instance, it took her 4 seasons to escape Gilead, but we never know what could happen, and a perfect proof about expect the unexpected in The Handmaid's Tale is Season 4. Season 4, as we previously said, was a wild roller coaster as the finale saw June's harsh revenge on a Gilead villain. In the aftermath of Fred Waterford setting a deal for freedom in exchange for intel on Gilead, June gets sure Fred will get what he deserved and she ends his life. However, the possibility that June can get the young girl out of the country is quite small. Gilead wouldn't want to lose another child after everything that happened, and when we connect all events that happened in Season 4, there's no chance for another June and Hannah reunion, as when law enforcement starts looking into Fred's case, June will be the first suspect. She might have to deal with that first. There's also Serena, and her relationship with June was not really pleasant in Season 4. Serena might use her vulnerable widow side now and try to gain empathy from people, and Luke's surprise when seeing June at the finale is also something June will have to deal with in the next season. One thing is certain, June will face a lot of trouble in Season 5. However, we still have a question you might need an answer to, and that is, does Hannah get out of Gilead in the book? We'll be straightforward with this one. In the Testaments, Hannah never gets out of Gilead. She grows up with her adoptive family as Agnes, which is also the case in the Hulu show. In the book, she is one of the 3 people that tell the story, and Lydia and Nicole, called Daisy, are the other 2. June, Luke, and Nick are mentioned, but they're not so relevant in the story of the book. In that story, Agnes and Daisy find out that they're half-sisters and their biological mother was once a handmaid. June, Luke, and Nick are all exposed to be Mayday operatives. While Luke is already in Canada, June and Nick also go, but they miss each other as they arrive at different times. The Handmaid's Tale does not follow the entire story of the Testaments, as there are some differences. For instance, Nicole is raised by Moira and Luke, not a different couple, and those parents are Mayday operatives who call her Daisy. But if The Handmaid's Tale decides to go completely by the book it's based on, June's only worry in Season 5 will be saving Hannah. That's also what Elisabeth Moss, the star that plays June in the show, thinks so. As you remember, June and Luke tried to save Hannah in Season 4, but Commander Lawrence wanted a lot. He asked June to give back some of the children she helped be free in Season 3 in exchange for her daughter. Understandably, June just couldn't do it. Do you guys think June and Hannah will reunite in Season 5 of The Handmaid's Tale? Let us know down in the comment section below. If you enjoyed our video, make sure you subscribe to our channel so you never miss any of our videos in the future. As always, thanks for watching, guys.